and welcome. My name is Lauren and this is the third part of my coloring book collection series. In this video, I'll be sharing my books by Johanna Basford. I have 5 books in my collection. I used to have 6, but I recently destashed my copy of Lost Ocean as it contained quite a few pages that were underwater scenes and mandalas and very detailed repeated motifs, and I don't really enjoy coloring those types of pages. I donated it to my local library along with a few other books that I no longer have any interest in coloring. Anyway, in this video, I will show you the pages that I've colored in each book, as well as 2 to 3 pages that I am interested in coloring, as well as some PDFs that Johanna kindly contributed to the community during COVID, as well as during some of her coloring challenges. So let's get started. The first book in my collection is Enchanted Forest. Johanna Basford is one of the first artists I encountered at the beginning of my coloring journey, and so I purchased this book. I originally decided that I wanted to color it from front to back, but over time I realized I wanted to participate in challenges and hashtags, and so I colored pages further along in the book. The first page that I colored is the title page. I used polychromos pencils and soft pastels for the background. This is before I learned that it is a good idea to spray fixative on the page so that the soft pastels don't fade, but unfortunately I didn't do that, and so the soft pastels are beginning to fade. Also, I noticed that my gradient is not as smooth as I am capable of doing now, but it's so interesting to look back at older pages and see how we've improved. The next page is also polychromos and soft pastels, and also without fixative. That's why it's fading, but the polychromos have withstood the test of time. Okay. The next pages are a double page spread. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay. This is a page that was inspired by a version of this page that I saw on Pinterest. It's an old antique map, and I colored this after I learned about fixative. So the soft pastels were sprayed with fixative, and that's why it's in better shape than the first 2 pages. And it's colored with Prismacolors. Okay. Next we have the compass page, and I wanted to continue the theme of old paper, and so I drew in the coordinate lines and the land masses to create a map scenario, and black Posca on the edges, and then the compass is colored with polychromos. This remains one of my favorite pages that I've ever colored. Okay. The next page is this coat of arms page, and it's my first attempt at coloring a bouquet background. So I colored the page with polychromos pencils and then used also polychromos to do layering for the background. And then if I remember correctly, I used a stencil and then erased the circles and then colored some of them in a little bit more. I'm quite proud of my first bouquet background. Okay, that was the end of my attempt to color back to front or front to back. The next page I colored, yes, is this circle page. I colored this using Prismacolor pencils, and they work really lovely on this paper, very smoothly. They blend beautifully, and I'm really happy with the bright colors that I got and the cute little hidden owl behind the leaves. Yeah, nice page. I'm really happy with it. Okay, and then the last page I colored is this frog. Okay, if I remember correctly, this is also Prismacolors. Yeah, this is also Prismacolors on both the background and the frog itself, and he's so cute. I remember struggling with the shading on these little gemstones that are on his tummy, but in the end they came out really nicely. So happy with that page too. This is such a gorgeous book. I really need to color more in it. Anyway, back to the front so I can show you some of the pages that I'm interested in coloring next. So the first one is this owl page. So I've seen lots of versions of this page. The one I like the most is by a painter. I think it's called the Mind of Watercolor. I'll check and put the name on the screen. And what he did, he took this image and he transferred it onto watercolor paper, and then he used watercolor to color it. I don't really want to do that. I prefer to color in the book itself, but I might try to get a watercolor effect either with watercolor pencils or ink tints. Yeah, it's a lovely page. The next one I want to color is, let's see, I've marked all my pages with tabs, is this log page, like the log house. I see this as an autumn page. So we've got the mushrooms and the log and the flowers and the lantern. So I might color this towards the autumn, or and use oranges and browns and reds and yellows. Yeah, this is also a nice page. Next we have this double page spread. This is the creature treehouse houses. I love them, they're so cute. So we have a double page with different kinds of tree houses and the little animals that I think live in these tree houses. So we have the squirrel and the bird. There's another bird, and on this page we also have a bird. Yeah, and I just envision them living in this cute little treehouse village. Yes, with its little doors and windows. Yeah, I really want to color this page too. Okay, the next one is the underwater treasure chest. I know I just said about my Lost Ocean book that I prefer not to color underwater scenes, but when they have lots of other elements like the chest and the sword and the animals, then I prefer them as opposed to the more mandala style pages that there are a lot of in Lost Ocean. Anyway, so I really like this page. I love this chest and the eel with the key to the chest, yes, and all the animals on it, because I like to color animals, so I like that a lot. And the last one I want to color in this book is the raven, also with the key. I like keys. There is a very similar page to this one in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, and yeah, it would be interesting to color both in slightly different ways. Yeah, nice page too. Okay, so those are my pages in Enchanted Forest. The next book in my collection is Magical Jungle. I love coloring animals and fur. I find it very relaxing, and I also enjoy coloring flowers, but I am not that much of a fan of coloring leaves. I find them to be quite repetitive, and it's sometimes very difficult to think of different color combinations to make them special and unique. Nevertheless, I really like this book, despite the fact that there are lots and lots of leaves in it. I've colored 4 pages, I believe, and the first one is actually the most recent page that I colored, and it is this flowers and leaves circle. So I used a color palette that I got from the Traditional Colors of Japan palette book. I'll put a picture up of the palette that I used, and I used Castle Arts pencils for this. I really enjoyed coloring this and trying to come up with different colors for the leaves, and coloring this background was very relaxing. Yes, this was actually a relaxing page. Yeah, I really love how this one turned out. Okay, the next one is actually the first page that I colored in this book. It's the lovebirds, and I used Prismacolors. And then I tried to do this multicolored background. Today, if I were to do it again, I would try and make the edges of the circle a little looser, a little bit more fading out, because that's a technique that I've learned since doing this. here I really like the color palette of the birds, and this flower in particular came out beautifully. Yeah, I'm pleased with this one too. It's an oldie but a goodie. Okay, the next one that I colored is the butterfly. Okay, this is actually a page where I followed a tutorial by Julie Bouvier for the actual butterfly. The color palette and some of the shading, but the background, the wood grain background, I saw a different page that had this background, and I decided that it would look great with my butterfly. So I followed a tutorial for the background, and which was separate from the tutorial for the butterfly. Yeah, I'm pleased with that one too. An early attempt at doing wood. Okay, and the last page that I have colored in this book is a mandala. Yes, I know, for my last ocean book I said I don't like coloring mandalas, but this is one of the only mandalas in this particular book, I think, and I colored this for a challenge. Okay, you had to color a mandala, so I colored it using Prismacolors, and yeah, try to get different circles of different colors. So we've got purples and pinks and blues, and I'm actually quite pleased with it, even though I'm really not a mandala kind of person. Okay, so the pages that I want to color in this book. All right, so the first one is, this. It's the facing page for this one, which is the monkey and the book. So I love books and I love reading, as you can probably tell from my channel name, and so any pages that have books in them immediately draw my eye. And so we have this book and the cute little monkey, and it's like the book is coming to life. Yes, the nature of the book is coming to life. So I like it. It's like one of those, you know, those kids books that have pop-ups. So that's what this reminds me of. Okay, the next one I want to color is this double page spread. The okapi and the chameleon. So I'm envisioning either a sunset background or perhaps a blue gradient background. But if I do the blue gradient, it sort of will clash with the leaves maybe. So I'm really leaning towards a sunset or a sunrise background for the page, which would make the green leaves pop, although I would try to use lots of different colors. I've just noticed that there is a tiny little frog peeking out from these leaves. Oh, so cute. I love animals. Right, the next one I want to color is another page that has cute monkeys. I think there was a prompt a couple of months ago by the Wild Year of Color with the monkey prompt, and I was going to color this page, but then I changed my mind and did the monkey page in Animaux de la Forêt. So here we have chimpanzees and a marmoset and a little lizard over here. Yeah, very cute. Cute page. I want to do this one too. Oh, so many pages, so little time. Okay, ironically, because I said I don't like to color leaves, I want to color this page to get out of my comfort zone. Because I'm not such a fan of coloring leaves, I think I would like to color this page precisely for that reason, to practice shading, to practice color choices, do each leaf perhaps, or each type of leaf in a different color scheme, and see how it could come out. I would need to find some sort of complementary palette for it. So maybe I will do a color with me series for this page and show you guys how I choose a color palette, choose pencils, and then choose which colors will go on which elements of the page. That's an idea. I will write that down. Okay, and the last one I want to color is this elephant in a bottle. I need to practice coloring bottles and glass, so this would be a very good page to practice that. I always manage to color all the elements, and then when I get to the bottle, I get stuck. And one of the things that I get stuck with is putting white acrylic pen on the actual drawing. I'm like, I've spent so much time coloring this drawing and now I'm going to put white Posca on some of it. It's like, you know, my hand doesn't want to do it. So yeah, I need to get over that. Anyway, so that's those are my pages in Magical Jungle. The next book that I have is Worlds of Wonder. And I've actually only colored one page in this book. And this is actually also the reason that I did not get Johanna's new book, Magical Worlds, even though it's a beautiful book. I have colored so few pages in this one and they're quite similar. And so I decided I would prefer to color more pages in this one before getting her new book. It was a really hard decision because I've seen flip-throughs of Magical Worlds and the pages are really gorgeous, but I need to invest time in this book first before I purchase another one. And so the page that I've colored is this one, the bottles, the worlds in a bottle. Hold on. Let's just remove the protective sheet. Yes, it's really covered that one well. So I colored this this page, all the different worlds in a bottle, and then I used soft pastel to do the background. I did not use fixative, and that's why it is fading a little bit. I think I might redo the background for this one. Maybe something darker. I'll see. A project. Sometimes I like to go back to pages I've colored and do touch-ups or change backgrounds if I see interesting backgrounds on other pages. And so I always feel that it's okay to go back to a page that you finished before and make changes to it. That's cool. Okay, right, so the pages that I want to color in this one. So the Floating Islands double page spread is one that I would love to do. There's all of these rocks that you could do in different colors. I like this one, the fact that these two are connected to each other. It's like I can see people living on these rocks and traveling to their neighbors by these interesting methods. So either by hot air balloon or ladder or rope, and maybe, you know, sharing things with each other using this little pulley method. That's so cute. And here traveling with the boat with the balloons. I love lighthouses. Lighthouses are one of my favorite images, and so I really like coloring lighthouses and pictures with lighthouses. So yeah, I like this page. Another one I would like to color is the sweet cart. Okay, with all of the little sweets, the cakes and the candy and the cart itself and the balloons. Yes, very, very summery page. I think I might color this one in the summer. Okay, next we have the scene. I like this scene. It tells a story. So we have this house and the clothes on the washing line. So I can imagine, I don't know, there's Tanya Bogima has the nice little town series with little houses and mice. And I can imagine one of those mice from her books living in this house and hanging up their clothes. That's also a cute series. Okay, and the last page that I want to color is the sweet truck. So the reason I want to color this page is the cat. So it's similar to the candy cart that I want to color as well. But here we have this cat here, and I just love this cat, how he's sleeping on the awning of this sweet truck. So, and coloring with Olivier has a nice tutorial for doing a background for this page as well. So I might follow her tutorial. Okay. So those are the pages that I would like to color in Worlds of Wonder. So, a few years ago, Johanna graciously and generously decided that she was going to share with us how she draws her pages. And she produced How to Draw Inky Wonderlands, which is basically a workbook where she has given instructions and examples on how to draw the various images that she draws in her works. And it's a gorgeous book. At first I decided I didn't want to color in it at all. I would prefer just to use it with a notebook, and that's what I did. I participated in her Inky Art School on Facebook at the time, which was such a lot of fun. I learned so much from her. Sorry, that's my dog who's decided that he wants to join in the conversation. Hold on. Okay, I think he's going back to sleep. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I started a notebook, decided to learn how to draw her images. So we have some flowers that I did and some leaves, and here I tried to do combinations. Yeah, I need to really start working on my drawing skills. I'm a good colorist, but not necessarily a very good or skilled person at drawing. Yes, and here we have a wreath and some insects that I drew, and some more combinations of flowers, and this wreath, which I'm actually quite proud of, even though it's obviously not really a very good circle, and some fish and some boats. And that's where I got to in the workbook. I have to continue, but since then I've decided that I also want to actually color in the book itself. So there are a few pages that I would like to do. So there's this one. I'd like to maybe add some elements of my own and then color it. Or this page with the circle flowers, I want to color this one as well. And here, this is, at this point in time, it is, yes, far more advanced than my drawing skills allow. I need to practice more of the other pages in the books before getting to this one, but I'd love to be able to draw one of these beetles and color it myself. I'd also like to be able to draw one of these doors into the space that Johanna has given us, and then color this page as well. So yeah, I'm so grateful that she shared this book with us. Okay, I recently purchased 2 other books, and neither one of them has been colored in. They're both untouched. The first one is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, and the second one is Small Victories, which I'll show you in a minute. This is a book that I was thinking of coloring from front to back, but there are still some pages that I really want to color first, so I'm not sure that that's going to work out. We'll see. So I love this page. You can see this is a brand new book. I haven't even broken the spine. So we have this cute little mouse. Oh, that's my dog again. Ignore him. And hold on one second. I think he sees a cat. There are cats in our neighborhood, and I think he sees one. Anyway, so there's this cute little mouse, and she's washing the leaves of this plant. It's so adorable. I love that. And then we have Ivy and her boat, which I want to color as well. Yes, oh, little mouse. Oh, I love that. And then we have this raven, and there's also the raven in Enchanted Forest. So I want to color them perhaps together. We'll see. They're actually quite different. Now that I see them side by side, they are actually quite different from each other. But still, I like the idea of coloring ravens. And last we have Ivy in this cup with her little mouse. Yeah, I've noticed that 3 of these pages have mice in them. Yeah, I love coloring animals. So yeah, this is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Okay, and the last book in my collection is Small Victories. So it turns out that I do have 6 books, even after destashing Lost Ocean. I love the concept of this book, this idea that you can sit in one session and color an entire page or an entire tiny picture. And so I got this one also recently, and it's untouched, but there are some pages I want to color. For example, the pencils with the flowers. Yeah, I'd love to just be able to sit down with my pencils and a cup of tea, and in an hour or so just finish a page. Another one I want to color is this bird wreath. I'm seeing it with a glowing background, and then also perhaps autumn colors. Yes, oranges and yellows and browns, and some dusky greens perhaps. And then there's the teapot and the teacups. I'm a tea lover, so this is right up my alley. I love this idea of the tea. And yeah, and last but not least, a lighthouse in a bottle. So as I said before, I really enjoy lighthouses. I think they're beautiful, both in real life and in coloring books. And I want to color this lighthouse. The half of it's above the water, half of it's below the water. Very, very interesting composition. So I want to color that as well. Okay, so those are all my coloring books by Johanna, but I also colored a few PDFs of hers. She shared with us her Flourish book during COVID, as well as some pages for challenges, and so I've colored some of those as well. The ones I've colored are this page from World of Flowers. I didn't purchase World of Flowers because it's got too many leaves, too many flowers, and I struggle with those. One book like A Magical Jungle is enough for me, but I still enjoyed coloring this page. And I colored this using Inktense and Polychromos. Yeah. And then I also colored this page from Secret Garden. And this is another PDF that Johanna shared on her website. And yeah, so I colored this wreath. This is Prismacolor. This is Prismacolors. Okay, and then I colored, wait, let's do Worlds of Wonder first. I colored this before I purchased Worlds of Wonder. Again, it's a page Johanna shared for a challenge, so I wanted to color it as a marble. And so it's Inktense in the background and Prismacolors for the rest of the elements on the page. And finally, I have colored the Alchemist's Workshop from Rooms of Wonder. That is a book that I didn't purchase simply because of the tiny, tiny, tiny details. It would take me ages to finish a page like that. And in fact, it took me quite a while to finish this one. And so I just know that I would end up putting it on the side and not coloring it. And I would much prefer to buy books that I'll actually color in. So nevertheless, I really enjoyed coloring this page, and this is colored using Castle Arts pencils, and it's got a watercolor background. Yeah, and I really love how it got the glowing green window there. Yeah, so those are my coloring pages by Johanna Basford and the books that I would like to color. Thanks so much for joining me as I flip through my books. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you are interested in buddy coloring any of the pages that I've shown in this video, drop me a note in the comments or message me on Instagram, and I'd be happy to buddy color with you. So thanks again. I hope to see you soon. Bye.